There are a lot of cool men out here. I love the president. Let's give it up for the brothers. There's a lot of cool men out here. For the men out here. I love the president's speech saying you're looking at a feminist. What can men do leaving here? Be better. Be better at everything.
All men are the same. All men are the same. No, they're not. Maybe you're just looking in the wrong areas. You're not gonna find a good man up at the club. You're not gonna find a good man up at a bar. Have you tried nerds? They're taking over the world right now. And a lot of them are buff, looking like Goku out here, running like Naruto. Come on.
You're gonna scratch the paint. Look at her, dude. She just shook my whole car. What? No. So you can hurt me again? No. She's crazy. Stop. Oh my God. I don't even know what she did that for.
What?
Nothing. You're crazy, dude. Oh my God. Oh, a fan's calling. A fan's calling, Allie, and you're trying to murder me. Sorry I couldn't answer your call. Allie's trying to freaking kill me. No, you're crazy. Absolutely nuts. Yep. Okay. Bye, Allie. Have a good day. Go away. What? Take your purse off. Oh my God. No, dude, you're gonna hurt me again. Yes, you are. Allie, if I unlock the door and get out, will you be nice? Okay. Here I come. No, Allie, stop. Why are you so bitchy? Stop it. No! Fucking shit. Get the fuck out.
No.
Oh my.
You break the rules.
Look out!
Become a hero. I do it, I become the enemy. It doesn't seem fair.
I was wrong.
Welcome my friends to the RP experience. Before we get started, hit the like button. Give you a second to do that. Thank you very much and welcome my brothers and sisters. My last couple of videos, on one I was a little on the woman's side with the over sexualization thing, because I do believe that men play a major part in that. So we gotta be able to control ourselves and control our wallet. Basically, actually I'm trying to help you guys out there or something like that. Stop feeding the monster. My last video though, I was talking about appreciation. Something that I don't always see, especially in long-term relationships, and that can be by either the man or the woman. But because I'm a man and I date women, I normally get unappreciation from the female side in a relationship. So that's why I lean this way. Now this video here is going to be more on women being wrong, and some of them being unable to admit that. Now I will say that men have this problem too. I can't think of the name of the boxer, but I remember it was a boxer that he was trying to get his father's respect or something, and almost no matter what he did, he could never get his respect, until maybe toward the end. But I bring that out as like men can be stubborn too in admitting that they are wrong. There are some men that don't even say that they sorry, even though there's a reason for that. Is something in the space of not saying sorry. I don't think it's the fact of saying sorry. It's about like apologizing for everything, especially things that's not really your fault, to try to smooth over the situation that can make you look weak. But anyway, as I say, this video is about women that are wrong about some things. And that's why at the beginning of this video, I started a thing that somewhat started me. It was one of those things that just pushed me into looking at the male and female dynamic totally different. I guess because I was raised by a single mom, I was always definitely on the female side. And, I used to always hear females complain also on their side. But I never sat back and looked at their responsibility in certain things that were going on in their lives. And I'm pretty sure if I had that blind spot, they definitely did. So anyway, we're going to have some videos here. I'm going to have one that's going to be a surprise. That will be my last video, which will probably be like the longest one that I'm going to share. But the other ones, I'm going to put down things that some women do admit that they are making mistakes in, and it's something that I see a lot of females do. So let me see which one is I'm going to do first. You know what? I think I'm going to do this one first.
Why do our friendships last so much longer than romantic relationships, right? And so, as women, let's just say it's like we want our man that we're dating to be XYZ, all this, and it's like, but do we do that to our friends? Like, oh, and my friend has to be A, B, C, D. No. Our friends is like this organic, natural thing. Oh, she's pissed at me, whatever. It's like, it's not so critical. And so we go into these relationships in 2021, like with our checklist and our standard. And I say that loosely because I do believe in having standards. You have to know what you want, and you have to know your worth and what you bring to the table, right? But we're just so quick to say
next. This one. Yes. I actually touched on this one quite a bit in my video about the men's 1 through 10 rating system versus the woman's grocery list. And also a light touch on men not sharing their emotions to their women. Now, I do find that's true. With women, when they have friends and stuff like that, they don't have the checklist. They don't have that stuff. And the way I understand, yes, you should have your standards. These days now men are having standards. And this is why I think like the dating thing is like totally wacky. Because woman has standards, and sometimes the standards are either delusional or like way out there. Then men, they have their standards, and then some of their preferences is a little delusional and out of whack. You know, I think the more simpler that you make something, the less complicated it gets. But it seems like as a society, we love making things complicated. And to touch on about the men sharing like his emotions and stuff like that, I know that's not an issue with every single woman, but I do think it's a lot of them. And the thing is, though, you can't tell, because I remember I was talking with a female friend or acquaintance, whatever you want to call her, but you know, we're not in a romantic relationship, but however, though, we talk from time to time and stuff like that. But with her, when I had shared that video, she had said that it's not all women that do that. And yes, you are right. But see, the thing is, as I said, like pretty much like with the Michelle Obama video that I first used. I hope I can definitely use that, because I know YouTube sometimes don't let me use certain stuff. So if you don't see it there, that means I had to like cut it. But it was that thing of when she says that men do better. And after that, in a little part after that, I wasn't able to listen no further, because women have did this for like decades, or as long as I've been alive, of how men are wrong. That is always our fault with everything, you know, and you blame every man for the actions of some, you know, whether it's the guy that runs Playboy or the guy that has the money and power and stuff like that. You will heap that on to the average guy and say all men, or either say it's like the 97% or something. And that's the thing. It is not as many as what you think. But see, men are starting to do the same thing too, because now they're starting to voice their opinions and they're getting a little bit into their feelings as well. You know, so both are wrong on this, because it's not all of one gender. But the thing is, though, for all of you, though, whereas definitely the women that you hear men saying stuff, and you hear that reaction of saying not all women. This is why men always would say that, because it always felt like whenever women would say something, I know definitely when I was younger, they would say all men are, you finish the rest of it, dogs, trash, Dusty's broke, you know, the list goes on and on, or something. Anyway, I don't want to stay on this too long, but yeah, you pretty much get the idea. Let's go to the next video.
Yours.
Well, in what sense is our society male dominated?
The fact that the vast majority of wealth is owned by men, the vast majority of capital is owned by men. Women do more unpaid labour.
A very tiny proportion of men, a huge proportion of people who are seriously disaffected are men. Most people in prison are men. Most people who are on the street are men. Most victims of violent crime are men. Most people who commit suicide are men. Most people who die in wars are men. People who do worse in school are men. It's like, where's the dominance here precisely? What you're doing is you're taking a tiny substrata of hyper-successful men and using that to represent the entire structure of Western society. There's nothing about that that's vaguely appropriate.
Another thing I hear now, especially since people know big words, I usually hear white women use this one though, whether it's misogyny or either it's the patriarch. But anyway, they tend to throw that one out, and once again, they toss that out at all men. Like all men are running the show. Like all men. I mean, some of you women, females, y'all act like this is like Planet of the Apes, where like the apes was totally in charge and all the humans were slaves. You know, are all women slaves? No. You know, or even though we don't really have slaves here, not technically. I guess in a way you're kind of like production slaves because you are like working to pay off a mortgage or working to pay off stuff that you buy. But I don't know, it's like a catch-22 because we need these things to survive. But anyway, what I'm saying is that a lot of you females are wrong about that. Like only the rich and powerful men, which is like the 1%, and then the layer underneath of them, like the 10%, is like running the show, you know. But most men, the average guys, they have nothing to do with that. And kind of like how what he said, you know, like with the homelessness. Even though I do see a little bit more homeless women these days, but on average is more men that are like homeless, because men are pretty much like, we have no safety net or cushion. Like if we lose our job and then get like evicted and is like homeless on the street or something like that, we have to hustle to get out of that situation, you know. If we're lucky, we have some good Samaritans around, they might help us. But in a woman's case, if she was to go homeless or get in real dire straits and stuff like that, you know, it will be simps, scumps, family. Now, I understand on some situations, some women don't have family and they really don't have friends. In some rare cases, that does kind of happen. But either way, you still have either random people or people you don't even know definitely helping you. To prove this point, put a Facebook post up. Let a man do it and let a woman do it. And let them both be saying the same thing, that they're having a difficult time in their life and they're sad and their life is kicking their butt or something like that. You know, unless if that guy is of the LGBT community, he will get no sympathy from hardly nobody. You know, he might have one of his true guy friends kind of say something on social media or in real life say something to him, but his post will be mostly blank. A woman does it, she will at least get like 10 comments, usually more, especially if she knows quite a few people of lending their support and stuff like that. So that's not really true. I know we are under a patriarch kind of structure, but that's only because of the fact that those men that's on the top class is the ones that's like running the show. And then also, to make it another thing, most of those guys are probably white, and not just white, maybe they're a certain nationality or something like that, you know. So I mean, when women are saying that, you know, you're forgetting like Native American, blacks. I mean, black people can definitely throw that out there of like, we're being oppressed by all white people, but we're not. You know, is only those ones at the top. So when females are throwing that out, it just gets like tiring. And actually, though, I won't even argue with them if they throw that out in like a comment or something, because I had that happen recently. Anyway, I got one last video to do with this.
Younger years, they getting papped out. They want dangerous men. They want Chad and Tyrone's. They want men. How about the woman that says we're not helping you build? We don't want dudes with potential no more. We're gonna have our fun. We in these streets. They've exposed themselves. So now he's talking about men should go on dating apps to actually put themselves, improve their social dating skills. It's over. So he didn't acknowledge any of that. And he just put this title up that lonely single men. Sure, there are going to be men that are alone. There's going to be men that are single. There are going to be men that are lonely potentially. But by not addressing what the situation was, he made himself a target. And so here you go right here. Therapist slammed for saying lonely men need to step up in dating. That's basically what he said. Men need to man up. And I'm sorry, Greg, that's your name right here. You about to go ahead and catch that wreck. All right, this is Greg right here. This is him, and we're going to play his theme song right here.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a rainbow. I can go anywhere. Friends to know and ways to grow. A reading rainbow. I can be anywhere.
That's you, yeah. Yeah.
Take a look, it's in a book.
Yeah.
A reading rainbow. A reading rainbow.
Greg, you deserve all of that song, man. You deserve all of that song because you address nothing. You basically say men need to become the better version of themselves. They need to improve themselves for the dating market. But you didn't call out the women? Man, where have you been? You got your head in the sand? Let me make sure something else don't play at the end of this. They be like,
Oh my God! No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yes, the surprise is Coach Greg Adams. Oh my God! No, he didn't. But I'm gonna let him continue the video about this because he says some. I think he did a stream today, but this is some important stuff that aligns with what I'm saying right now. Oh, and before I forget, that's what I'm talking about. It seems like when most people are talking about these gender issues, it's like they totally forget about the other side. Stop pandering to either the men or women. Just stop that shit. Really. I mean, one of the reasons I don't mind watching him is he will take a shot at everybody. Even though it's mostly women, but he does take a shot at everybody when he is talking and stuff like that. Me, I'm more along the middle because, like I say, I have like female friends and associates that know me, and I have to be real to myself or something like that. And I'm going to see these people, so you know, I don't want to be fake either online or off. You know, I'm trying to be as real as I can be. But people that and for me it's usually women, females, that they are bashing men, but they deny or they go deaf, dumb, and blind to everything that the female is doing to get in that situation, whether it's their choices of men or whatever. And a lot of my previous videos, that's why I did the different types of men, because a lot of females, women, y'all are chasing after Chaz and Tyrones. Y'all are playing with the players. Y'all like dealing with the Pookie and Ray Rays. Then when y'all get bored of that, then y'all want a decent guy to mess up and do wrong, because you don't really want him. You just want him to get a safety net. So anyway, let's keep it going.
themselves for the dating market, but you didn't call out the women? Man, where have you been? You got your head in the sand? Let me make sure something else don't play at the end of this. They be like playing the whole damn new song. All right. And so he got hate response. This is what he got. He got slammed. Of course, the women loving it because they're out here lonely. They out here single and can't find an emotionally available target. They can't find a gump. So this is what's happening. I'll just sum it up. Women played it too long. They overplayed their hand. Men walked away from dating a significant portion. Went MGTOW, they went monk. They walked away from the dating coaches. Dating coaches been exposed as fraudulent. Dating coaches can't even make no money no more. All right, they done. All right, they ran out. Dudes got their passport and skedaddled. Dudes now going overseas and like, we going overseas. All right, we not messing with American women. Women are selling themselves on the internet. He never addressed any of that. Women are selling themselves on seeking arrangement. They're broke. They're in poverty. Now they're 35. They're looking for good men.
What happened? Where did all the men go?
Okay, and now he comes up, men need to man up. Boy, you picked the wrong time, bruh. You picked the wrong time to come out with this bullshit-ass article. Dating opportunities for heterosexual men are diminishing as relationship standards rise. Yeah, women don't want to date down. What about feminism, sir? You don't want to bring that up? Women make more money, and they're going, well, you got to be up above my level. How are we going to do that in the equal society? Everybody's supposed to be equal, right? Oh, but no, these women are going, no, I want more. There's women say, I want you to make 2 or 3 times more than I make. And she makes 60 grand. Can we do the math? Can we get the female delusional calculator out? You didn't talk about that. So the man has to make 120 or 180 just to qualify. And most of the time, the way most men make 120 to 180, they don't make it W-2 sitting in a white collar job. They don't do it. If I make 180 or 120, I'm hustling. I'm a blue collar guy. I have a business to run. I don't have time to be raising kids with you while you shuffling off to your human resource job, and then you're looking down at me. If I make 120, she's looking at me like, well, you're 120, but you're short. You're 120, but you're blue collar. You're 120, but you're fat. You're 120, but you're balding. You're 120. You're like, what the fuck? And so they super duper delusional. They're looking for the guy that's going to come in and save them, and then when time runs out, they go,
and that's you.
They take somebody, but they can't do that anymore. Men, there's 20% of men that are awake and aware. They may not be red pill, but I would say 20%. When you include what Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate have done to this culture in the last 2 years, and then everybody below Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate, which includes me. When you include the impact that we've had since 2017 and a little bit before, you got the Tom Likas and all that. There's include that. There's men that are woken up. They're like, oh. When you include the divorce statistics, men aren't jumping in relationships. They're not jumping in relationships when 25% of the available women are on head meds. And they're watching men get divorced, raped, the kingdom come. Men aren't jumping in relationships. They're like, for what? I can go overseas. I can go on seeking arrangements. I can. If I'm a top tier man, they're sharing. The top tier man is sharing 9 or 10 women, and they're and then this woman finally says, "I'm exhausted by the jerks."
And that's you.
Men have been on dating apps for some 10 years. Many of men cannot get a single match. Many men cannot get a single match on a dating app. There's nothing they're going to do for that. There's no amount of man up a man's going to do on a dating app. I go on dating apps, and most I get are mud sharks, old ass women between the age of 39 to 59, and all the young broads trying to pump their Instagram following up in order to pump their OnlyFans following up. He acknowledged none of that. You didn't acknowledge none of that about the young girls pumping up their Instagram following in their OnlyFans. You didn't even bring up OnlyFans, sir. The monetized woman seeking. You brought up none of that. Oh, we just have to man up. Nah, man, we ain't going for none of that, and that's why your ass got slammed. Here it is right here. couple psychologist Dr. Greg Matos penned a piece title called The Rise of Lonely Single Men, in which he argued men need to address their relationship skills deficit as women are becoming increasingly selective. Yeah, women are becoming increasingly delusional. And that's why they're the lonely ones, and that's why you put that as a title, so women can feel that men are going to be lonely too. Men are not going to be lonely. I'm letting you know, there's going to be some men that are going to be lonely, but there's some men that are going to figure it out. They're going to find their way to get some peace leave. Okay? If they got to get in a boat and go 3,000 miles across the Atlantic, they going there to get some peace leave. You can get you a passport. I can get to Thailand. I can get the Philippines. I got enough money. If I make six figures and I'm one of these six-figure guys that they still looking at me up and down, shit, I can get over to Thailand real quick. Or I can get up here and pap out junior college chicks until I'm tired of junior college girls right now. I'm like, I need a break. I'm like, I need a break this week. There's just too many of them. And they're selling a bit like crazy, and I'm a bisexual, B-U-I-sexual. So I'm sitting here like, okay, these girls don't want to cooperate. Forget about it. Here's a fistful of 20s.
I got money.
And I get to be here in peace and quiet. I don't have anybody interrupting me. I don't have anybody, your stream's going too long. We know what's happening when you get into a relationship. You know what happens when you get into a relationship. She's going to now move the goalposts. She's going to say, well, now we're in a relationship. Now we're committed. Now we need to work to becoming cohabitation. Now we need to work on engagement. Now we need to work towards marriage. And that's a process. She's going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And if you don't do anything, she's going to be like, I'm not happy. The encroachment. Oh, if you just commit to me, it'll be fantastic. You commit, 9 months later. Even LeBron James had to deal with this BS. I did a whole video on LeBron James had to deal with it. He's sitting there minding his own business, relaxed.
Well, he pretty much killed that right there and stuff. I mean, I put that video up just to show some further example where females are going wrong, or where people that are defending females are going wrong, which is normally females, but there are some men too with that, you know. I mean, stop lying to them. Tell them the truth before they get a lot older and then they're bitter and confused about what's happening to them. Anyway, I don't have too much to add with that because he pretty much said everything. I think. I mean, it was one thing I did want to add, but I let the video play a little too long, so I forgot what part I was going to come in and say something. But yes, a lot of men are woken up now with stuff. And by coincidence, that's when I had my wake-up call. You know, it wasn't 2015 when I got divorced. It wasn't 2016 when my heart got broke again. It was 2017. You know, even though I had that diversion of like having a bunch of, I was acquiring like female associates and trying to have positive interactions with women that was not relationship based. You know, it was more along the friendship level, and I did that on purpose so that, like I said, I wouldn't start hating them. You know, because I can kind of see after a couple heartbreaks and after a couple things happen, and you sit back and look at the whole situation, you know, and I always look at myself, but I look at myself for being stupid, for either pitting up with it or either not leaving when I initially was going to leave. Because like I say, with all those relationships, when it got like a little rocky, I was on leave first. But either I let them talk or cry and have me stay. So, I have to watch that in the future, just in case I ever get serious with a woman again. So a lot of men are awake now. Those same games and stuff like that. Well, there's more for the average guy, because we are the ones that need to wake up, because we was the ones really getting played. It wasn't Chad and Tyrone. It wasn't Pookie and Ray Ray. The players kind of knew, because they was dealing with a lot of women, so they was seeing everything that was going on. So in a way, I'm glad I have this knowledge, but at the same time, it kind of kills me, because I don't know if I can have that kind of love ending that I thought I could have. Yep. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm going to close this video on out. And once again, I want to stress this. I love women. I do respect y'all. But like Michelle Obama said, for all men, because she didn't say some men, she say men, like basically all men do better. So for the women and females out there, I think the ladies, I think y'all are cool. The rare, I guess, like the 5, 8, maybe 10%, I think y'all are good. But the rest, do better, please. Thank you. And everybody have a good night.
Sucking dick for stack. 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 Period. Sucking dick for stack. Sucking dick for stack. Sucking dick for stack. Sucking dick for.
I was wrong.
I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too?
Pendo made it.
I still wanna run to you.